Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Late Night Craft Talk. Countdown timer starting down now.
Woohoo! It is
Woo-hoo.
our
All right.
time to have our time for the night. And you know what? I told Maya, I clarified for President Maya that our show actually starts at 9:50. She said last week she's not late. I said, well, actually, we start our recording at 9:50. So theoretically, if she shows up at 9:55, she's 5 minutes late.
Yeah, Maya. We hope you're watching right now and feeling guilty.
Yeah.
Tonight is mouth-watering goodness show.
I know. We have a lot of really interesting things to talk about, especially considering it's about chocolate.
No, it's pronounced
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
It so
remember the name of that band?
good.
Yeah. Remember the name of that band in Coming to America and Coming to America 2?
Oh, wasn't it called Hot Chocolate?
Can I say the name? Because you know that's not right.
Okay, say the name, please.
Sexual Chocolate. With Eddie Murphy as the lead singer.
Yes. Yes, I remember that.
Tongue in cheek. Oh, all right. Folks, let us know who is talking. I mean, who is here, who's watching. Let us know where you are, who you are, where you're from, and your favorite type of chocolate. What's your favorite type? You're eating chocolate, aren't you?
Actually, right now I'm eating mochi, but I'm going to be eating chocolate during the show.
I'm eating chocolate. Any excuse to eat chocolate.
Actually, you know what? There's chocolate mochi.
I've heard of this.
It's really good.
Chocolate. You know, there is actually like this double German fudge chocolate cake you can get at like Costco. It's like, oh, it's so good, but I don't eat it more. It's also so full of sugar.
You know what I found? I found dark chocolate covered mango, dried mango that I can actually eat because it's unsulfured mango.
I've heard of that. That's you can get those like Sprouts, can't you?
Well, this one I got is from Costco. It's a bag of dark chocolate covered mango.
Gotcha. Oh, we're going to be talking about that. So we're going to be talking tonight, folks, about the health benefits of chocolate.
We're also going to talk about our book review.
Our book review, folks. What was the name of it?
Tender Wings of Desire. Tender Wings of Desire, I think.
Oh yeah, folks. We talked for like 10 minutes on the show last week about what was the name again?
I think Tender Wings of Desire.
Yeah, Tender Wings of Desire. Folks, we have read the book, all 10 chapters.
It was 116 pages.
According to Google Playbooks, it was 66 on my end.
Mm-mm.
Did you actually read it? Because I actually had like Google read it for me while I was working.
No, I actually read the thing. Let's see here. I'm going to look right now and tell you how many pages it was.
How long did it take you to read it?
It wasn't that long.
A couple hours.
No, it took me maybe an hour.
Got it. Okay.
The reason why I say okay, according to Tender Wings of Desire, you can look here at my screen. It says 115. Do you see that, James?
I'm gonna bring up mine so you can see it. Because mine says 66 pages. Let me bring it up.
But it's also like 115 pages of a cell phone screen.
Yeah, that's probably it. Because right here it says 66 pages.
I mean, look at this. Is a really terrible picture.
Oh, we'll be showing that again tonight. I've been texting friends. I have a couple friends on vacation. I said, hey, here's a book for you to read while you're on vacation. It's awesome. And they look at the cover. One friend texts back going, what's this? Said an awesome romance novel.
Yeah, you should totally read it.
Oh, God, the text is hilarious. Here we go. Let me see it. I won't say the name, but I texted this person and said, all right, where does it go? I said, in case you have a need downtime this week, do you want me to send you a copy of this book? And I texted a picture of the cover. He goes, excuse me, I wrote that book. And that's me on the cover. I don't have that pink top anymore. Folks will be showing that picture. You can't borrow it. And I said, oh my gosh, that's me dressed as Colonel Sanders for the photo shoot of that book. This is really awkward for the both of us. Don't tell your wife. He goes, okay.
That's so funny.
Ridiculous. I was texting people going, awesomest book ever. And they're going, did you make this or what is this? I said, no, it's real. It's a real book. Then I emailed them a copy. Nobody's taking the bait. Though, Wendy Hodge, viewer of the show, we were texting back and forth a couple days ago, and I said, hey, have you read this book? She goes, oh. She said something, and I came back with, I thought you just texted Tinder books. And I'm like, I invented a new word, Tinder books. Still doesn't qualify. Anyway, 3 minutes and 51 seconds to showtime, folks.
My naughty dogs are going after Wicket the cat.
It is a busy night in your house. Dan still watching the movie?
I know. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Dan's watching the movie, but Chewy, 2 days ago, ran through the screen. But it wasn't because he was scared. He just was really excited, and Dan went to let him out, or was going to let him out. He just ran through the screen, and he fully bent it and did all kinds of weird things to it by running out of the screen.
Not like my tortoise with an orange bucket.
Well, I could see your tortoise totally damaging the screen easily.
Well, though, yeah. Oh, yeah. She's pushed against the window. We've had to block off the patio with cinder blocks and double stack them so she can't get on there. But when she sees the orange bucket, let's just say you'd think she's been reading Tinder books. Did I just make you gag on that chocolate?
No, it made me laugh.
Okay. I'm trying to make you gag. 2 minutes and 41 seconds, folks. Coming up to showtime.
I know.
You're going to be item tonight. Chocolate.
I'm eating chocolate right now. It's so good.
All right. When you see chocolate, how do you pronounce chocolate when you kind of drool? Do you go like Homer Simpson? Chocolate.
No, I just say chocolate. I'm like, that looks good.
Chocolate. Or I'll go chocolate. Or it's my favorite band. Shaker chocolate. Folks, I wish you could see the. All right, I gotta do it. Hold on.
What?
Here we go. I'm gonna do it. Hey, Svea, what's my favorite band? Sexual chocolate. That's the look, folks. That's the look she's been giving me this evening when I do that. All right, we've done that. Minute and 42 seconds left.
I know. It's time almost. We're gonna have I'm really excited to talk about our show because we have a lot to talk about. We're gonna talk about our book review.
Book review, chocolate, history chocolate,
and then we're gonna talk about chocolate. Oh my god, I'm so excited. But honestly, this sounds really sad. I haven't actually sat down and read a book in a long time, and I sat down and read that garbage.
Don't knock the book till review time.
I'm sorry.
Though we've been alluding to it. Oh, folks, we're going to go on a bender about it tonight a little bit.
We had James and I had a full conversation about this terrible book. I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right. Soon we are just seconds from countdown, folks.
I know. It's only seconds and seconds and seconds.
All right. What are we going to talk about for the next 30 seconds?
I'll say it was fun doing the game show last week. I had a fun time with that.
That went well. That went
really
well.
Fun.
We're going to do some more interactive stuff like that.
I think we need to do more games like that because it was really fun. And I think the viewers had a fun time with it too.
Matter of fact, we should do a reverse thing. Have the viewers ask us questions.
Ooh.
We got to try that.
It might be hard. It might,
hold on. We missed it.
Oh, shoot. Spot.
We'll come back to that.
Oh,
We'll
yeah,
come back to that
okay.
subject. All right, countdown time. 10,
9,
8,
7,
6,
5,
4.
3,
We're totally off.
1.
1. Showtime! Here we go. It's time for Late Night Craft Talk with hosts Svea Yang and James Hermes. Let's get the fun started. It's time to start the show. Boop, 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 boop. Pandora behind me again, because I think that picture's awesome.
That was so weird because the music was slow and then it went like super fast.
Well,
and
it's
slowed
the
down
house
super
theme.
fast. It was like
It's like that every week.
No, it was really weird this time. Oh, should I turn the brand on?
Turn the brand on. Branding, folks. And now Svea's going to make me get dizzy. Ah! Dude, you did it again, girl. Whoa. Okay, why are we here?
So, okay. So, hello, everyone. Welcome to our show, Late Night Craft Talk. We do this show every Friday night, 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to 11 p.m. We have our show available to watch afterwards. So if you watch this episode and you enjoyed it, you have hundreds of episodes to watch, literally. We've been doing the show since April 2020. And so we're continuing to do this fun show. We do it to entertain you, show you new things, whatnot. And then also, if you like anything you're seeing tonight, you can always like and subscribe to our Facebook pages, our YouTube channels, our Twitch channels, our Instagrams, and, enjoy all of the fun that we have. And we try to create some fun stuff for you to watch. So, yep. So, hey, James, what's going on with Elkrack?
Okay.
What's going on with Elkrack?
This weekend, we are at the Wrightwood Mountain Pioneer Days up in Wrightwood, California. Folks, if you live in the Inland Empire of Southern California or LA or wherever, for a couple hours, come on up. We're at an elevation of almost 7,000 feet. Cool weather. It's been hot. Indio's been like 115 the last few days till today. And enjoy it. It's not one of our bigger shows, but it's one of our cooler ones, temperature-wise. And it's a lot of fun. There's some friends I go see, some family I only get to see once or twice a year, and they come over, say hi, and it's just a fun little community show that we do. We've been doing for a number of years, and we're back. So if you want to get out of the temperature, come out, check out Mountaineer Days, good live bands, the smallest, shortest parade in Southern California, half a block long. It's pretty interesting, and some good homegrown vendors and Elkrack traders. So we're going to be there this weekend. Otherwise, getting ready for the show. Okay. Remember a couple weeks ago when I showed those really cool looking turkey feathers? Turkey feather fans? Come to find out, it is called sweetgrass turkey. And I got more of them in. And I showed the knife blades last week. The knife blades are done. Let me explain.
Ooh.
As soon as I find it. There it is. Okay. Folks, I finished the knives. They are cool looking. Matter of fact, here's one right here. Here's that big one, the big obsidian blade. They came out pretty. And then I also got another order in, but this time tail feathers instead of wing feathers of the sweetgrass turkey. And mind you, let me show it. This is what the sweetgrass turkey feather looks like. It is cool. I didn't know these existed until like a month ago. And I've been buying them. They ain't cheap, but they're worth it. And I got the tail feathers in. And they're cool looking. Here is, let me get it over. Where are you, mouse cursor? Okay, because I'm using a separate mouse for this. Here's what the feather fans came out looking like. They're not particularly long, but those came out pretty, especially with the antler handles. I just finished these, oh God, like 2 days ago. No, yep, yesterday morning.
Wow. Those are nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They kind of look like red-tailed hawk without the barring, but it's got that white tip, and I'm just like, I like these feathers, and I've been found a source for them, and I'm just ordered more. These are my new favorite thing all of a sudden.
Cool.
So that's what I've got for. That's cursor. That's what we made this week. I'll be having those plus a bunch of other stuff. Should I show the other fan I made this morning? Let me get the fan I made.
Show us.
Okay.
Okay, everyone. Make sure. Oh, I didn't have enough time.
I made this one.
Enough time.
With the leather handle with the sweetgrass
Oh,
turkey.
that's nice.
And then this big dude.
Cool. Nice job.
Yeah. Knocked that out this morning on a whim, saying, I need more fans in my fan club. I have low self-esteem. So knock those out. And big knives. And as we've been talking here for the show, I've been weaving a horseshoe dream catcher. For no reason. Okay. That's what I've been up to. That's what Elcrack's been up to. And what's going on with Dancing Bear, Indian Trader?
Well, we got in some more. We have these really cool little mirrors. We've been selling them like crazy. They're Dreamcatcher mirrors. They're just like an imported thing, but they're really fun. But we're gonna be well, actually, I made our registration live for the bead retreat. It is $200 to sign up. It includes 4 classes. It includes all the supplies for 4 classes, and it's 2 days of beading in San Diego in a hotel. So you don't have to worry about fighting little gnats by your face trying to bead. If it's raining outside, that's perfectly okay, because guess what? It's inside. Don't have to worry about weather. So if it's too hot, too cold, that's not an issue. Everyone's going to be able to plug in their lights for electricity so they can have magnifiers. It's going to be awesome. And then the thing is, too, is that we're going to be doing our bead retreat also virtual. So if you are in another state, if you're far away and you want to participate in the bead retreat, you can. You just have to be able to sign on with Zoom. So that's pretty cool. We are very excited about that. We've never been able to have a virtual aspect to our bead retreat. So we are super duper duper excited about that. So that's like the biggest news for us for this week.
Celebrate. That's our theme song. We celebrate. Hey, bang. Break guitars to that. Okay.
Yes, we rocked out.
Thank you, Mr. Gavel, freak crazy head, guys. Okay. All right, so that's what's going on.
Do you want to talk about this very sorted book that we read?
Okay, as we mentioned during the pre-show, folks, we have the book review from the book that dominated the conversation for the last week's show at the end.
James, why don't we tell everyone who maybe didn't watch last week's episode why this book even came into fruition, or why we're even talking about it?
I was getting to that part. Okay, so last week this book dominated the conversation as we did the game show with talking about ridiculous things and what the price is. And this is what we showed. This is real. This is a real book put out by the company that owns Kentucky Fried Chicken. This is not
corporation.
Yeah, we're not trolling everybody. This is corporate. Called Tender Wings of Desire. And
tender, not Tinder.
It's not from Tinder Books. Tender.
Yeah.
A little bit of accent coming out. Wings of Desire. And this book came out as part of a viral campaign about 2016 was it?
I don't know exactly which year it came out, but it was actually, I think it was released Mother's Day time, and I think it was meant to be a viral kind of, oh my gosh, did you see this romance novel with Colonel Sanders in it? And I think that it probably went awry because James and I had to dig to try to find this. This was not readily available or easy to find on the internet, James, right?
No, it was not. We spent quite a while after last Friday's show. Savannah and I were talking after the show, and we probably spent about a good while we're still there and it's fresh, looking for this. And we finally found where we could download a copy of it, and we read it. We promised a book review. We didn't think it'd be this soon, but we have both read this book.
Yes.
All too many pages of it. And we are here with our book review.
So, according to my phone, which I read on my books app, it said it was 116 pages or 115 pages. There's like an intro page, and there's an intro page and written by and all that kind of. So it really wasn't 115 pages, but it's 115 pages of just looking at my cell phone. So it's maybe about two paragraphs per page. It's basically a real simple synopsis. It's about a girl who we're unsure about the time period of the book. I believe it's like a Victorian, like late 1900s book, because I guess the girl comes from a family of maybe a little bit of nobility, and
if she married that dude in the book, she would have been a gentry. Definitely,
she would have been a duchess. Yes, so a little bit of nobility, and there's a lot of prim and proper, where she's being arranged in a marriage, and she wears corsets. Her maids dress her, and apparently they don't have a car. She rides horses, and she uses her horse as her
translation. Was the horse name?
Yes, but Madeline's the name of the girl, and she basically becomes betrothed to a duke, and she decides, after talking to her brother, who's a free spirit, that she is unsure about marrying this duke because she doesn't even know who he is, and they're never allowed to talk or do anything together, so she doesn't even know why she would want to marry him. But she was going to marry him, but talked to her brother, and her brother's like, I can't believe. He's like, you could just take off if you wanted. I would totally expect that of you. And she took off, and she rode her horse for 2 days. That's why I'm thinking it's like Victorian era, because who rides their horse for 2 days leaving their home? I mean, most people will like take a bus, or they'll drive, or they'll call an Uber. I mean, right?
Well, okay. Are you saying the cover of this book is inaccurate?
Well, actually, you know what was really funny when I looked at the cover of the book? Okay, it looks like she has car keys. One.
She does.
Can you zoom in? She has car keys.
She does.
Like she actually has car keys, but modern she clearly doesn't have a car. I know, modern car key. And then, is that a castle in the background?
That's a castle.
So and then okay, so but KFC, the company, it actually was from like when did it start? In the 60s? 70s?
About 50s actually.
I don't know. Anyway, okay, so that's not that's really not a part of the story. So basically, she runs away and she gets a job at this tavern, and sorry, there's spoilers. Okay, there's spoilers because I'm telling you the story. I don't think that anybody's going to care. Okay, so if you guys really want to read the book, don't listen to the next 2 minutes. So basically, she meets this sailor character, and she becomes infatuated with him, and she starts a relationship with him, and then she gets whisked away, basically, right? Would you say that's a good answer?
Yeah, she got
A good
whisked,
synopsis.
not really whisked away, but she became just enthralled with him and just had to stare at him. He was the handsomest man she ever met, even though she's not seen too many sailors wear glasses. That was in the book many times. That
Or
chapter.
and then also the fact that he had very light blonde hair that was almost white.
All right,
Okay, so okay,
examine.
so
Does that look like blonde hair or white?
that looks like white hair.
I could see a little bit
Okay,
of yellow, but that may be aging of the idea and the premise.
you know what? I just realized she's wearing jeans. I mean, jeans weren't
You didn't notice
invented
that last week?
until no. I mean, I saw her with the purse and I saw her and then I didn't I looked at it today. I'm like, "Oh, wait a second. She has car keys. Why didn't she just drive? Why did she just drive somewhere instead of taking her horse for 2 days?"
Hey,
I'm sure she would have thoroughly escaped her family if she drove somewhere. But anyway, okay.
maybe she didn't
So
have a license in
honestly,
the case and she had to ride her horse.
okay, so over 2/3 of the book was about her growing up and having to marry this guy and how she felt uncomfortable with it. And then she takes off. And then the last third of the book is literally how she's just so infatuated with this guy. And of course, it's PG. It's not really that kind of novel, even though maybe James is hoping it was.
Tender
And
books.
yeah, and so it just it they kissed, and then all of a sudden they're waking up in the morning. So I mean, it was definitely edited down for PG purposes, and then it made me. There was one point in the book where I started laughing uncontrollably when this whole
Was it all the book?
time there's no reference, huh?
Wouldn't you say it
What?
was all the book?
No, the book was like, oh, this book is just
Let's just say it
terrible.
took a lot of breaks.
I was like, this book is just terrible. And I just, let's see. There was one point in the book where I just started laughing because I was just like, oh my gosh. He's he was saying yes. He's like, yes, I have an empire of a restaurant chain, restaurant
That's only when she illegally went through his
empire.
mail and read the letter from his mother asking him to come home to take charge of
But it
his
was
empire.
yeah, and it just was weird because it's like, okay, he was so glad the letter found him, and anyway, it just was weird because I started laughing because I knew that it was like, I knew it was Colonel Sanders because his name is Harlan Sanders, right? And I was like, okay, this is just weird. Like, why doesn't he tell her that he has a whole,
Well, she was mad at him because he didn't tell her.
restaurant?
She came clean because she was trying to keep it a secret. She's working as a waitress in this tavern. Let's say if it's Elizabethan times, if we take inspiration from the cover of the book, she was probably working at a Hooters. And I mean, everything else about that accurate. So she does that. She comes clean with Harlan that she comes from gentry. Everybody knows that she's a madame, not madame, she's comes from nobility, gentry, because she just can't be, I guess, low life enough, and she has manners, and they can see that in her. And then she's assuming that Harlan's like the sailor, and then she finds out he comes from a wealthy family, and she's like mad at him because he doesn't tell her, and he's like, well, I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want you to feel that you weren't getting away from the life you wanted, or whatever the hell the reason was. I'm mentally blocking it, apparently. It's called coping mechanism.
Yeah, I know.
And then she gets mad, and then one thing another, and then all of a sudden she's the future queen of fried chicken, Duchess of drumsticks, put it that way.
Yeah, so it's just funny because basically she had become what she didn't want to be. Without trying again, she did it.
what I love is that she couldn't place his accent. Was it American? Was it French? Is it refined? What's a strange accent? It's called Southern drawl.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm trying to find right now. I'm scrolling through while James is talking. I want to read what he said where it
please
made me laugh. I'm trying to because I don't think I bookmarked where it happened. Yeah.
Well, for me, the most ridiculous.
So keep talking. Tell me your thoughts.
My thoughts. This book is nothing like a combo of Beauty and the Beast and Pride and Prejudice, watered down to the point of sanitariness that resembles something that is not as hypoallergenic reading. No harsh words, really.
Yeah, it's kind of like Pride and Prejudice. It's like Princess Bride. Not Princess. Oh, a little bit maybe like Princess Bride.
Don't you compare.
In regards to Buttercup running away or wanting to kill herself because she didn't want to marry
Marilyn
him.
never wanted to kill herself, but yeah, there's a bit of that in there.
No, Princess Diaries, not Princess Bride. Princess Diaries, where she was going to run away because she didn't want to get betrothed.
Yeah. Don't you bring in Princess Bride to this? That movie's sacred. That's like Pride and Prejudice that guys can understand.
Yes.
I dropped a dark chocolate M&M on the floor.
Uh-oh, you better eat that because that cats could get it. Okay. Here, it was on page 107. Okay. So this is where she's upset that he didn't tell her that he was he had an empire in the United States. He said, okay, he says, yes, I'm a colonel. Yes, I'm fabulously rich. I'm a magnate of the restaurant industry, my dear, the king of an empire that I would build with my bare hands. I took a sabbatical from my duties in order to see the world, see what else could possibly be out there. And of course, in my journey, I found what I was looking for.
A young British girl.
Yeah, and he's like in his 70s. So
with light blonde hair.
It's kind of.
Do you really see much of an age difference between these two? Really? Is it that close or that far?
Light blonde hair where it was a little white.
And incredibly handsome.
I mean, his arm's pretty buff. Look at that.
Jack LaLanne at 70.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sanders. I just that was definitely a deep pick with Jack LaLanne's body and Colonel Sanders' head.
It just kind of made me laugh because I'm like, wow. Yeah.
You think we're beating a dead horse as we continue this?
Well, I did actually. This is interesting because I didn't know about this book. There was a tweet from KFC about it saying that it was out for all those mothers out there for Mother's Day. So it was probably released for Mother's Day as kind of like a viral campaign. But I think it was pulled from the internet because I think that there was a little bit of an issue that the family might have taken with it. So I don't know if that's really true, but I mean, of course, this is all speculation. We did watch a documentary about Colonel Sanders' son, and he had said something like he was unhappy with how things were being depicted or whatever. So, I mean, this could have been connected. I don't know. This is just all speculation. But yeah, without getting into it's just all speculation.
Let's just say that the family did cry foul.
I think so.
Over this bucket of spicy, neutral book that never grew wings to flap away.
Yeah.
Running out of chicken puns. Can't think of any quick enough.
Yeah. So
it did say that the plot is pretty crispy.
Yeah, so I would say that if I was going to rate this book, I probably would give it a 0. Honestly, the story could have been made a little bit better. It doesn't even have to be about all the, more, added parts of like the romance part, but just the story was just kind of weird. It was just a weird story. It is very strange. And I
I'm going
went
to
in
take
just open as possible.
I'm going to take this scientific calculator with algebra
Yes.
and type it in the formula x to the z point, exponential.
Okay. Okay.
Work it in. And here is the
Okay.
mathematical formula I've come out to scientifically rate this novel on a
Based on several
scale of
points.
1 to 5 stars. And the answer
With
is
several points. 42.
what the hell does that mean? Science and math cannot define the quality of this book. Let's just say
Yes.
if it was an auto shop, an auto parts store, you would declare it quality free parts.
I wonder, and this maybe is another episode, maybe I wonder what ChatGPT would say.
We're going to do that.
It's not going to be too much.
Oh, why not? We'll bring up ChatGPT into this. Let me bring up ChatGPT. We got it.
Yes.
We're on the subject. What the heck? I'm logging into ChatGPT.
So ask ChatGPT, how will it rate a book 0 out of 5 stars? How would you calculate the rating?
Okay. Let me do a quick share right quick. This one. Okay. Here is ChatGPT. Let's bring it up. Okay. How should I type this question?
How would you rate a book 0 out of 5 stars? Scientifically speaking.
Okay. How would you rate a book 0 out of 5 stars? Let me get rid of that X. Rating a book 0 to 5 stars generally indicates the lowest possible rating, implying that the book is of extremely poor quality or completely lacking in merit. It suggests that the book has no redeeming qualities and essentially worthless. Is that how you would define Tender Wings of Desire?
Yes. Yes. Let's just say, do not waste your time. Both James and I, both of us, wasted our time just for you. So you don't have to waste your precious time. There's a movie called Billy Madison, and there's a part in the competition at the end of the movie where the principal says something to the effect that everyone now, after Billy Madison had given his speech, he said, everyone now is completely dumber for listening to your entire speech. There is absolutely no redeeming qualities in anything that you just spoke about. And all of us have all wasted all of our time. I mean, I'm just paraphrasing. All of us have literally spent and wasted all of this time of our lives during your speech. So I will give you 0 points.
Very good. Very accurate. Let's just say that
he's like a good answer. A good answer, James. He said a good answer is just what it said. No points. Okay, good.
That's what I'm saying. It fits perfect. We're beating a dead horse with this book. We've been going on too long about it, but I'm just going to go ahead and summarize my part of it, just like this: $437. That's what the therapy bill's up to so far, and it's going to climb from reading this book.
Nice.
Got it.
Okay, let's talk about our second topic.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure that everyone that was waiting was really interested in what we were going to say because, I mean, it's pretty good. It was a pretty good chance that it was going to be absolutely terrible thing, but everyone wanted to see and everyone got to find out. So
we did it for you, folks.
I'm going to introduce our next segment of our show. So, a few weeks ago, Dan and I were watching this documentary on, it's called Chocolate Road, and it can be streamed on Tubi for free or rented on Amazon, Apple TV, or Google Play. So basically, Chocolate Road is about these three chocolatiers, and they all make chocolate, right? So they're talking about their art of chocolate. I mean, that's not the part that was really interesting to me at all. Okay. I really had no interest in them talking about how they make their chocolate, right? What was very interesting is they were talking about fair trade chocolate, and they were talking about how cocoa or cacao is made, right? They were talking about where it comes from. And so they went to South America, and they showed the fruit of the cacao tree, and they were talking about where it comes from, where chocolate comes from. And it was just such a cool story. We were so fascinated and enthralled with the fact that these pods grow out of the trunk of the tree, like in this photo. And they're huge. They're like, when they're fully grown, they're about the size of like a Nerf football. They're
big
huge.
sweet bean. And they're beans.
Yeah, but inside is like a fruit, like a white fleshy fruit. And the seeds are what you make the chocolate out of.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was like so amazing. Like the story, the Chocolate Road, it is a really interesting, intriguing documentary. So if you do want to watch it, I highly recommend it. It is so interesting, and it just talks about a lot of interesting things about what people, I think, generally don't know about chocolate, which that was very, very cool. So anyway,
I'm gonna have to check that out this early next week when I get back from Wrightwood.
yes.
So a little bit of history.
Yes. So do you want to
Okay.
read the first one?
I'll go over that. So chocolate or cocoa is a food made from the roasted and ground cacao seed that you see right there. Cacao.
Cacao seed.
Cacao. Cacao seed kernels that is available as a liquid, solid, or paste, either in its own or as a flavoring agent in other foods. Cacao has been consumed in some form since at least the Olmec civilization, the 19th through the 11th century. Wouldn't that be the 11th through the 19th century? Oh, BCE. 19th through the 11th century BCE. And the majority of Mesoamerican people, including the Maya and Aztecs, made chocolate beverages. And with that,
the history of chocolate began in Mesoamerica. Fermented beverages made from chocolate date back at least 1900 BC to 1500 BC. The Mexica believed that cacao seeds were the gift of Quetzalcoatl, the god of wisdom. And the seeds once had so much value that they were used as a form of currency.
Absolutely. Originally prepared as a drink. And there we see right there, that's actually taken from a Maya, or I believe an Aztec cloth.
It looks like Aztec
right there. So originally prepared as a drink, chocolate was served as a bitter liquid mixed with spices or corn puree. It was believed to be an aphrodisiac, like the name of that band, that famous band, an aphrodisiac, and to give the drinker strength. Today, such drinks are also known as chelate, probably getting that wrong, and are made by locals in the south of Mexico and the North Triangle of Central America, being El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras.
After its arrival to Europe in the 16th century, sugar was added to it, and it became more popular throughout society. First among the ruling classes, then among the common people. In the 20th century, chocolate was considered essential in the rations of the United States soldiers during the war, which, of course, hello.
Absolutely. I want to finish off these pictures. They're there with the drink and stuff like that. Spanish were real big into it. We're going to come back to that photo.
There's even if you watch the movie Ever After, there's a part where the Prince of France is giving chocolate to his love interest, Drew Barrymore, and he was saying how the Spanish monks brought it to them, and how it is supposed to be a very special food. And I was like, that's really cool. Like they actually did reference it in the movie Ever After, which is one of my favorite like fairy tale.
Totally. I remember there was a case I was reading as I was studying for the show tonight. There was actually a case where conquistadors in Central America, because a lot of the chocolate was going to Spain. That was like the gateway for the rest of Europe to get this magical thing. And the Jesuit priests that came in were actually using chocolate to smuggle gold. There was a case where a Spanish ship arrived mid 1600s, and actually like there's all these boxes and boxes are super heavy, and guys are the dock workers like, why is this so heavy? They get in, they find out that they're gold bars covered with chocolate. Today we usually have chalk that looks like gold, but it's gold foil with chocolate in the middle. So I like it so much it's interchangeable. But that's how they were smuggling gold out of Central America.
Break your tooth, man.
No kidding. All right. Yeah, really. That's some hard, dark, heavy.
Okay, so you're
chocolate.
next.
Yeah, I'm doing it. The word chocolate comes from the classic Nahuatl word.
I'll be right back.
Quetzalcoatl. She's going to be back, folks. While she's gone, type in the comments, Svea, why aren't you eating enough chocolate? And don't give Princess Leia. No, I won't go there. Why isn't Princess Leia wearing chocolate shoes? And why isn't Dancing Bear selling chocolate beads? Remember, you want Dancing Bear to sell chocolate. Okay. Anyway, the word.
Okay, the word James, just so you know. James, just so you know, I had to let Rocky in because he was barking. Because then you would have heard him barking in the background the whole time. Okay, so I heard everything you said. I was less than 5 feet from the mic and the.
That's usually the case with either of us when we leave the mic. All right. Of certain Quetzalcoatl, it's of uncertain etymology and entered the English language via the Spanish language. My turn again?
No.
Okay.
Modern use. Roughly 2/3 of the world's cocoa is produced in Western Africa, with Ivory Coast being the largest source, producing a total crop of 1,448.92 tons. Ghana, Nigeria, and Cameroon are other West African countries among the top 5 cocoa producing countries in the world. Like many food industry producers, individual cocoa farmers are at the mercy of volatile work markets. The price can vary from 500 pounds or $945, and I don't know when what year this was, and 3,000 pounds to $5,670 per ton in the space of just a few years. And I just wanted to point out in the show Chocolate Road, they were talking about how chocolate flavors vary because of the region, right? And so there's also a certain latitude, longitude that cocoa can actually grow. It cannot grow everywhere in the world. So there's a small area where it's in South America and it's in Africa. And I think there's probably even some in Asia that it can grow, but it can only grow in certain areas.
Yeah. Matter of fact is because I'll add this part. Going to be a little bit of a Debbie Downer here, but a little bit is that when chocolate production was going, it was finally getting popular in Europe. By then, the slave trade had ended in a majority of the Americas. The last country, one of the last countries in the world, but the last of the Americas was actually Brazil. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's awesome. And so where there were slavery, Mesoamerica slaves, the native population dropped, so they didn't have enough people to work the cocoa farms. So rather than bringing slaves over from Africa to work the cocoa farms, They just moved the cocoa farms over where the slaves are at, and that's how that is how cocoa ended up being grown in West Africa and those more humid areas that resemble Central America or Mesoamerica, that region. And that's how it happened, and that's how it's grown over in that area. I hate to do a little social justice on this part, but that's how it happened. I mean, it's part of living history. And it's not a reason to boycott chocolate. But you sure am socially conscious about that now. With that, types of chocolate, it's still a magical elixir. Just think, well,
yeah,
what's that?
Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. Okay, do you want me to go or you want to go?
I'll go. Okay, so now we go to the types of chocolate. To my favorite type we're going to get to. Traditional types of chocolate are dark, milk, pretty good, and white. All of them contain cocoa butter, which is the ingredient defining the physical properties of chocolate, consistency and melting temperature. Plain or dark chocolate, as its name suggests, is a form of chocolate that is similar to pure cocoa liquor. Remember, it started off as a drink. Although it is usually made with a slightly higher proportion of cocoa butter, it is simply defined by cocoa percentage. In milk chocolate, the non-fat cocoa solids are partly or mostly replaced by milk solids. In white chocolate, they are all replaced by milk solids, hence its ivory flavor in white chocolate. You're just digging that too much, aren't you?
Okay. Try not to eat talk with my mouth full.
Well, let's just say I'm clowning
100 grams
of dark chocolate M&Ms.
Okay, 100 grams of milk chocolate. 100 grams of milk chocolate supplies 540 calories. It's 59% carbohydrates, 52% sugar, 3% dietary fiber, 30% fat, and 8% protein. Approximately 65% of the fat in milk chocolate is saturated, mainly palmitic and stearic acid, while predominant unsaturated fat is oleic acid.
Yep. Matter of fact, 100 grams of milk chocolate is an excellent source over the 19% of the daily value, mind you, of riboflavin, vitamin B12, and the dietary minerals, manganese and phosphorus, and zinc. Chocolate is a good source, 10 to 19% of your daily vitamin intake, of calcium, magnesium, and iron. On to my favorite subject.
The benefits of dark chocolate. According to the Cleveland Clinic, when compared to other kinds of chocolate, dark chocolate stands tall. Dark chocolate has lower added sugar and fat than milk or white chocolate, says Piart, while noting it also boasts an abundance of beneficial antioxidants called flavonoids.
Flavonoids, like the Noid from Domino's. Remember the Noid?
I know.
Totally. Okay. Dark chocolate has between 15 and 90% cocoa solids, and milk chocolate has between 10 and 50%. Dark chocolate, great stuff. Anyway, should I do the next one?
Okay. No, it's high in fiber. Compared to other sweet treats, dark chocolate is high in fiber. In a small amount of dark chocolate, in about 1 ounce, there's about 4 grams of fiber. Wow.
Matter of fact, one of the other benefits of dark chocolate, it can actually protect you from sun damage. The antioxidants in dark chocolate improve blood flow to your skin and protect you from the sun damage. Matter of fact, I'll just take number 5. At higher percentages, dark chocolate has a bitter taste and contains more caffeine. That's the negative part. If you're not going after caffeine, but I'm sure awake.
So, one of the things I wanted to tell you guys about, if you guys are fascinated with chocolate, there is another show you may really like to watch. It's on Netflix. It's called School of Chocolate. And there's this chocolatier. His name is Amari. And he actually has been, I've seen him on advertisements and whatnot. And he's done different. He actually, he made a stormtrooper helmet out of chocolate. Yes, he made a stormtrooper chocolate, a stormtrooper helmet out of chocolate.
He didn't miss?
He put it on. No.
Wow.
So it was originally filmed in 2021 and there's 8 episodes. It's really amazing because they go over lots of techniques on how to make chocolate and how to make chocolate art sculptures. And it's just amazing. We really love chocolate. So we kind of felt like this is kind of a fun topic. And in a future episode, not coming up right now, but we will revisit it, I am going to order a box of cocoa fruit. So in the future, we are going to, yes, cacao fruit. So we are going to order, or I'm going to order it and try it. It's going to be amazing. I'm excited about it because I think that would be a lot of fun to experiment and to try it and share it with I think we're planning on doing it for the holidays.
Yeah, we were talking about that last week. Right now, I'm actually getting up a list of the best chocolate dessert recipes from Food and Wine magazine. Shall we take a look-see? Okay, coming up. Yes. Matter of fact, before we go too far from the subject, the dark chocolate, sometimes you got a hankering for food for a reason, and there's said to be some health benefits, and there's actually not discredited. There's some credibility that's not thoroughly researched on the benefits of dark chocolate during the COVID pandemic. I don't have enough evidence to say it. They'll say that when my family got hold January 2021, we all came down with COVID, almost killed my dad. That damn pop-ups. That I was the only one that didn't get sick in my house. I felt a little edgy a couple times, but I had, during that time, that week, I had an incredible desire to eat dark chocolate. And sometimes when I started sick, I start feeling the urge to eat dark chocolate. And so sometimes you got to hankering for a reason. Ask a pregnant woman why she likes pickles. There's probably a reason. Pickle juice is great for dehydration, actually. So there are some cases of it is not solid, it's not from evidence-based medicine. You can say it's inconclusive and not thoroughly researched, but there is some limited success with dark chocolate treating with some sickness, not disease, where you have a fever or whatnot. But that don't take that as medical advice from me, folks. But coincidence. But there has been some studies on that one. So it's dark chocolate. You say it's in my first aid kit. All right, desserts.
Gosh, it's so good.
Oh, I'm doing that too. I got dark chocolate Oreos in the room. I am drawing a line there during the show. I'm snacking up on this stuff. Okay. Oh, okay. I got to share screen. Let me get it up. So these are some best chocolate desserts from Food and Wine magazine that we're going to take a look at. We're going to scroll through some of the 37. We're not going through all 37. That's just crazy.
Okay. That looks good.
Yeah, that is. I'll just scroll down till we see it. Spiced chocolate fondue. You a fan?
Ooh, yes.
Love these advertisements.
Add some chili to it.
Oh, yeah. I like the strawberries. Oh, dark chocolate covered strawberries. Yeah. Gift from the gods. Okay. And if you're monotheist, God. Matter of fact, hey, Svea.
Yeah?
Christians are so poor.
How poor are they?
This is a Mel Brooks joke. Mel Brooks. What?
I said, how poor are they?
Christians are so poor they can only afford one God. Remember, folks, that came from History of the World. It's a Mel Brooks joke. Don't fry me for it.
Okay.
It just seemed like an inappropriate time. Okay. Here we have chocolate party cake with dark chocolate. How do you say that?
Ganache.
Got it.
Ganache.
Culture night. All right. And homemade sprinkles.
Ganache.
You a
That
fan?
looks good. And ganache is it's a very kind of, it's almost like a frosting, but it's like kind of jello-y. So it's kind of like
Okay, I like that.
it's kind of a little bit of a jello-y kind of frosting.
I can see that on a chocolate. It's like chocolate on chocolate. Chocolate French cruller, eh? Crullers with dried raspberries and fudge glaze.
That looks
Oh, we're
good.
still gonna break a diet. I'm gonna get past that. I just know. Chocolate fudge.
Loaf. That's what we were looking at up top. That looks good. I bet it's super rich though.
We're
You
still
probably could
breaking
eat
diets
like
right
just
now.
like one bite. You could only eat one bite. You're like, I need water.
Oh, this looks amazing. Chocolate and citrus casada.
Wow, that does look pretty amazing.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at some of the chilies and the oranges on top. That is gonna be so good. Air fryer brownies. No, we're skipping that.
Yeah.
Chocolate double chocolate rye cookies.
Chocolate rye cookies. That's weird.
I've never heard of that one. Chocolate buttermilk snack cakes.
Ooh.
Curiouser and curiouser.
That looks interesting.
Right. Chocolate raspberry ice box cake. Oh, that looks good.
Oh, yum, 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 yum.
Oh, we are so right now there's probably a number of viewers right now going, right now. We certainly are. Okay.
We're trying to eat healthy.
Chocolate and fig cake. That I'm curious about. I've never heard of that. You?
No, but I'm sure the fig and chocolate is amazing together. Many times I can't eat that because dried figs are generally sulfured. When I have my fig tree eventually creating figs, I will probably try to melt some chocolate and try fresh figs with chocolate. It probably tastes amazing because fig is very honey-like.
Yes.
So it probably would taste really good just dipped in chocolate, like strawberries. Oh, God, that would be delicious.
All right. Salty sweet chocolate pretzel bars.
Oh, that sounds so good. I love chocolate pretzels. Oh my gosh. Chocolate covered pretzels, like when before my weight loss journey, I would get a bag of those chocolate covered pretzels and Dan and I would just like polish off the bag.
Got it. All right, let's just get that
So
one.
good.
Chocolate cardamom cream tart with pistachio sesame brittle.
Interesting. That's definitely more European, maybe Middle Eastern flavoring.
I don't think I'm a fan.
I don't know.
No. Double chocolate layer cake. Magic.
Yes.
That's like chocolate cake with frosting in the middle, topped with frosting, topped with chocolate on top of it.
You know what? I would just eat the chocolate cake without the frosting because it's already making me want to drink a gallon of water looking at these things.
I'm actually thinking of some glass of chocolate milk tonight. We should have done that before the end. All right. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Black cherry chocolate ice cream.
Oh my gosh. That looks really good. Is there a recipe on how to make that? Is there a recipe on how to make that?
Yes, there is actually a recipe.
Ooh.
Get the recipe right there.
Okay, send that to me later. Send me the link. I'm like, now I'm going to be making this stuff. Okay, go to the next one.
I'm copying the link first. Okay. Miso chocolate tart. Miso chocolate tart with black sesame chocolate graham cracker crust. Oh my gosh.
That's weird. Miso?
You know, it's hard to find, but there's actually dark chocolate graham crackers.
James,
and I'm like,
you're crackling up. Hopefully, it's just a temporary thing.
It probably is. It's just probably because you're cracking a little on my end.
I
We'll
don't
go
know.
with
It's super okay.
it.
But
Tell me
that I don't know.
about
Yeah, you're
okay.
cracking right now.
Am I cracking now?
Yes.
There's not much we can do about that. Okay.
Okay.
We can go over
That
and
looks
let's go
good.
over peanut butter chocolate pie.
That looks good.
Okay. Not my thing. We're going to do a couple more. You say that one. I can't pronounce that.
Bouche Noel. Bouche Noel,
Okay.
mascarpone cream, and dark chocolate ganache. It is basically a rolled sponge cake with the fruity like filling. It's so good. Yum yum. It's supposed to look like a log. It's a Christmas log. It's a popular French dish for Christmas dessert.
Okay. Then we're looking at milk chocolate peanut custards.
Yum.
It's okay. Yeah.
I like chocolate and peanut butter.
Yeah. Let's just scroll through a few more of these and get her done. Black and ruby cookies. Eh.
Huh. I don't know.
Okay. Lily's double chocolate chunk brownies.
Oh, that looks good. Very chocolatey. Mm.
Gotcha.
I
Giant
like
chocolate.
chewy
What?
brownies. I love chewy brownies. Oh,
Oh, no kidding. Giant chocolate cookie with cocoa nibs and flaky salt. Eh.
yum. That looks good.
Okay. Coca-Cola bundt cake. Coca-Cola bundt cake. I like those. That's good.
Okay.
Especially do it with root beer.
Hmm.
I actually like it. Salted Tahiti chocolate shortbread.
Ooh, that could be kind of interesting. Neither have I.
Not mine. Chocolate pudding with miso caramel. Oh.
Miso. That's so weird.
Yeah, it is. It just made me think of butterscotch. I love butterscotch. Okay. That looks pretty good. You say that one. I can at least say mousse.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're skipping
I
that
don't
one.
know now. Yeah.
Warm chocolate cakes with mascarpone cream.
Mascarpone cream. Yeah.
Yeah. Chocolate peppermint brownies. That looks pretty good.
Oh yes, that looks good. Mm,
All right.
that's good.
Molten chocolate cakes.
Yeah. It's popular at Chili's.
I think I've seen it. Oh my gosh. When you something about chocolate, like dark chocolate, you involve in orange or cherries or something like especially orange or strawberries.
That's
Perfection.
good. Chocolate and orange is good. Yeah.
Really?
Hey James, let's end the show because the sound is really not good.
Mine is getting worse.
Well, it's not good.
Okay. We'll kill it. All right, folks. We've gone through this. Does my sound still bad? Okay. You know,
Is my sound is my sound? Oh no, it's fine.
It's what?
It's better now.
Mine. I think I know what it was. Okay. So
And you
we've
just
gone
have
with that. Let's just say real quick.
you have a lag now. Your sound's better, but you have a lag.
Yeah. Sometimes it happens,
now
and maybe
it's
the
on
internet's
now.
too bad.
It's
Yeah.
on now.
I have a feeling I know what it is. So with that, we've shared that part, but the chocolate desserts. There's actually when I go out kayak camping, and I've showed this in a previous show where I take my what's called a Trangia alcohol stove and a cook set, camping backpacking stove set, and I'll take a pie tin. I've showed the show where I've done fudge before, and when I'm with a group, and I did this last September, my last long trip or multi-week trip, I actually take the microwave treats where you can make fudge or brownie by sticking the stuff powder and then mix it with water and sticking the coffee mug in a microwave for about a minute. I'll actually do a steam bake oven by taking the boiling water and then put a pie tin that fits just over the pot, so it's just over the water. Put a lid over, and you got a steam bake oven. I'll actually take 2 of those chocolate brownie mixes you can do in a microwave, and I will put some dark chocolate M&Ms in there and mix it up. And so I've got chocolate, and it just comes out real like fluffy from the steam bake oven. And when you have the dark chocolate M&Ms in there, they kind of melt and they get in there, you get these veins of dark chocolate. Every time I do it, I think I have a slave army of love. I recruit my army with James's River chocolate, which is not a dirty word. And they're just like, you are so going on every trip I go to. I don't care if you get people mad or not. I don't care about your personality. I just want you to make that fudge. And actually, I call it river fudge, and it's just beautiful. And with that, are we at an hour? We're getting close. Yeah, we are. Okay.
We're done.
So we're done with that. We have to introduce next week's show. What's next week's show, Svea?
It's a mystery. It's a mystery.
Yeah. It's a mystery. We forgot what it was. We actually have a calendar we don't have loaded up that we plan these shows out several weeks in advance. Okay. So, folks, to introduce next week's show, we're going to be doing jazzercise and yoga, advanced yoga with the splits,
and hiking Mount Everest.
What?
While hiking Mount Everest.
While hiking Mount Everest. Svea is going to show her advanced yoga techniques because Svea is a part-time yoga instructor that can do the splits. She can go back like this and put her feet, the front of her hands, to the back of her feet, leaning backwards.
And just
if
so you guys
do a position
know,
like that, it's because I'm taking my head out of my butt.
Just so you guys know, James is a self-proclaimed sushi chef.
And I will be teaching you how to do yoga sushi next week's show.
Non-GMO.
Non-GMO.
Yes.
And no fish in it either. Or rice.
Exactly. Completely vegan, animal-friendly sushi.
Have you ever done falafel? You ever done anything with falafel?
I've eaten falafel.
Have you made falafel?
No. I've eaten it at places that serve like Greek food, Mediterranean cuisine. It's good. It's crispy.
I kind of like it. I got the Trader Joe's stuff where you just add the water. I've been experimenting with it, and it's a good source of like vegetarian protein. I know you want to keep moving. Okay, but anyway, folks,
it's already
next week, Svea is going to lead us in advanced yoga while hiking up Mount Everest while I cook sushi.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
We'll get an announcement out in a few days. We can't remember what it was. All right, folks. That's within this week's episode of Late Night Craft Talk. Just remember, we really want to see Svea lead her famous yoga sessions.
Exactly. And just like we want to see James cut and clean a vegan fish.
It's going to be easier for me than you teaching yoga. All right. I'm looking for the file. Where is it? Because I didn't preload it. And where did you go? There it is. Okay, folks. It's been this week's episode of Late Night Craft Talk. Remember, yoga sushi. Aw, ain't he cute? Chocolate. Good night.